Hey peeps, welcome back. We are talking The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 11. All right peeps, so it's Friday and I did watch this week's episode on Monday, but it wasn't that interesting, this week's episode. So I took my time on posting a video, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So at the top of the show, Jen meets up with her two brothers and her sister-in-law. Her impersonation of her brother playing the piano was too cute. I laughed so hard. She is hilarious. Well, she tells her family about the situation with Dolores and the situation with Danielle. But when she gives her description of the situation that happened with her and Danielle, she always makes it seem like she just gave her a slight push. That was really a shove. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at her about the situation. As I said before, I don't condone violence. However, as I've also said before, where I grew up, if you are up in somebody's face and you are yelling and you are screaming at them, you're going to get popped. And she shoved her, and that's lightweight compared to what would happen in my old neighborhood when I was growing up. When I was growing up, that's something that people just knew. Unless you were ready to physically get involved, you do not jump up in somebody's face. I'm just saying, now that I am a grown up, I'm a mom, if somebody gets up in my face and I feel that I am uncomfortable with it, I, one, tell them please back up out of my face. Two, I will back up a little bit, or I will walk away completely. However, if I want to try to have this conversation with you and you continue to get in my space, even though I don't condone violence, I will pop you. I'm sorry if you don't understand it. Anyway, she tries to act like she wasn't being aggressive at all, and Danielle was the only one being aggressive, but they were both being extremely aggressive. So I don't really like the way she retells the story. Then she tells them about Teresa, and she doesn't like the fact that Teresa was trying to have her and Danielle make up. And, Teresa was still being friends with Danielle. But then I have to say, you have tried many times to still be friends with Melissa. You still talk to Marge. That's all I'm saying. Danielle goes to visit Rachel. And, Danielle's daughter and Rachel's daughters, they are so adorable. I love seeing the kids on the show. The girls are having a little play date, and Danielle is telling Rachel about her situation with her father. And I'm sorry, but I'm starting to feel as if this is just some sort of storyline. Last season she came in and it was all about her and her brother not talking. Now this season, it's all about her and her dad not talking, and her dad taking her brother's side. And I was thinking, you know what? Grow up, Danielle. If you truly want to have a relationship with your dad, stop sending messages through Nate's. Just go over to the man's house, knock on the door, and tell him, Dad, I love you. I'm so sorry about what's happening between us. Can we talk it through? This is just a bunch of bullshit, and I'm personally tired of hearing it. And you can see that Rachel really wasn't giving a shit either, because Rachel glided right past her and her problems with her daddy and her problems with her brother and asked her about Teresa's podcast event. And that's the deal with Rachel. Rachel's storyline is all about Teresa this season. All about Teresa. She says that she's still upset with Jen Fessler because Jen Fessler supported her own husband and talked to Teresa about it. I don't understand that. If somebody is talking shit about my husband and one of my friends steps up and says, that's not exactly how that happened. Pia's husband is not the guy you think he is. I'm not going to be mad at my friend for trying to support me and trying to let people know that they've got my husband all wrong. I don't understand why Rachel is so childish all the time. She keeps tap dancing around. She loves Jen Fessler. I want to be friends with Jen Fessler Jen Fessler, she hurt my feelings. She's talking about my husband. I asked her not to speak about my husband. It's not like Jen Fessler is going around town trash talking the hell out of John Fuda the way John Fuda loves to go around town trash talking the hell out of Teresa. And he's doing that because that's their storyline this season. Now listen, people have decided to go dig up John Fuda's information. Blogs are out here posting that John Fuda, Rachel Fuda's husband, was arrested for a violent home invasion back in 2008. There's three sides to every story. What he said, what the police said, and what really happened. You know what I mean? John is coming back saying that he really didn't change his name after all of this, trying to hide from it because they're saying that he changed his name after this. He's also says that the charges were dropped. I guess he's saying that maybe he was a part of this situation, but he didn't go in. He was in the car, allegedly. I guess there was a robbery and somebody got pistol whipped or something. I have no idea. I didn't even dig and try to figure this shit out because this season has been disappointing. My thing is, even if he didn't get charged or the charges got dropped, why are you so hard on Teresa? Teresa signed some documents that her husband gave her and ended up in jail. You went to jail. You were out there selling the street prescriptions. But still, both of you have a record. It's not okay for you to keep condemning her for her record, but you don't want anybody to condemn you for yours. So Danielle tells Rachel about her behavior at this podcast event, and she was so proud of herself. She was smirking and smiling and just really excited about how she behaved. She behaved like a child. And I thought, well, she'll have the opportunity to look at the show, watch the show or whatever, and she'll rethink this and realize this was not really a good look. One day my kids is going to see this, you know what I mean? But then when she was on Watch What Happens Live and Andy said, what was your reaction when you watched your altercation with Jennifer? And she says a bunch of us had a watching party at her house and they were clapping and cheering like it was a UFC fight. And Andy says that wasn't the reaction I was expecting to get. And you know what? I think that shows you that she is really immature. You were watching this altercation, laughing and cheering. You don't see anything wrong with any of this. None of it. The comments that she made about Jennifer not looking good. Then when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she said that Jennifer has horrible fashion sense. I have zero fashion sense. Everybody knows I don't know shit about fashion. As far as I'm concerned, jeans, a t-shirt, tennis shoes, my hair in a ponytail, great day. I am looking amazing. In my head, that's fashion to me. But if I had to put Jen Aiden's fashion up against Danielle's stuff, 9 times out of 10, I'm picking Jennifer. But, I don't know shit about fashion. Anyway, I thought it was really rude. Then Andy asked her, there was a question about how did Jennifer lie if, 3 different hairstylists came out on social media and said that Jen was right. And she got on Watch What Happens Live and said only one. And she said that it's just people that are treating her like this because she's famous or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And I'm like, girl, that's a damn lie. It wasn't just one. Andy was absolutely right. It was 3 different hairstylists that came out and said that you were using them. Girl, bye. It has nothing to do with your fame from being on the Housewives. Anyway, Rachel tells her that she's going to have an adult slumber party and everyone except for Teresa is invited. Not surprised. Then we see Teresa and Gia having a conversation. And Gia's at home. She took the whole month of October off because she's studying for her LSATs. And Teresa was just explaining to her how proud of her she is. And I think that Teresa has the right to toot her own horn. Her kids have been through a lot. With her going to jail, the dad going to jail, both of their grandparents passing away, their uncle and their aunt are not speaking with them. Teresa's married to Louis. She's losing weight like crazy. Them kids have been through a lot, but they are all thriving. She talks a little bit about this lawsuit that Louis is going through with his ex-wife. And she says that this ex-wife of his is obsessed with him. And, it's all her fault. She just won't let Louis go. And the blogs keep picking everything up. And you know what? I like Teresa a lot, but I don't think that you can put all of this on his ex-fiance or ex-wife. I don't know if it's ex-fiance or ex-wife, because sometimes on the show they say ex-girlfriend, ex-fiance, ex-wife. I don't know who the hell this woman is. But, Louis has a questionable past. And this woman is trying to get a restraining order. So I can't 100% say that Louis hasn't done something to this woman. I really can't. Louis is weird, in my opinion. And so, therefore, I cannot 100% say that this lady is a horrible person. So Teresa is still upset with Marge. She believes that Marge is propelling the situation because Marge keeps talking to this lady and bringing everything up on the show. So she wants to have her attorney, who is not involved in the case but knows everything about the case, to meet up with the girls and explain to them how Marge is involved in all of this. And she doesn't think it's right for Marge to get online or to go around gossiping, saying bad things about people, ruining their reputation. And I said to myself, Teresa, girl, pot kettle. As much as I like Teresa, and I really do, you do the same shit. You do the same shit. You and Marge and all the girls really do this to each other. And I know it's because you're trying to hold on to your spot on the show. But if you're going to go out there and do it to others, they're going to do it to you. So Joe and Melissa stopped by Margaret's house. Joe's going to help them cut down some trees in their backyard. But there was a weird interaction with Melissa and Marge's Joe. She says, I know you're not going to go out there and cut down trees. She says, with your penis hurting or in pain or something. And Marge grabs Joe's crotch and says, no, his penis is not hurting. You know, he's probably got prostate cancer. And I said, this is real disgusting. What do you mean his penis is in pain? And then what are you doing grabbing after this man's crotch in front of company? I just feel like this was just classless. It was tacky. And Melissa, girl, the way she spoke to him too was like baby voice. She was using that baby voice when she was talking about his penis. I said, oh God, I'm sick of it. Anyway, Marge was commenting on Jackie's post about her daughter's bar mitzvah, and she says that she didn't even know her daughter was having a bar mitzvah. The same way she didn't know Jan's anniversary of his death had came by. You know, you don't know everything. Not only that, why would she invite you or share this information with you the way you have treated her recently? Girl, go to hell on. You think I want you at my child's bar mitzvah acting a fool? No, ma'am. We got the people from the church here. You are not about to show out. So Dolores then stops by Jen Fessler's house. Dolores brings up Teresa. And remember in my last video, I mentioned how Teresa looked like she was losing weight and looked really stressed. Well, Dolores says that she can see that Teresa is extremely stressed and she's worried about her, about all of the weight she's lost. And she feels like the stress from this lawsuit is causing her problems with her health. Stress is extremely hard on a person. Their mental, their physical, all of that. And so I hope that things get better for Teresa. I really do. She says that that's also why she was yelling at Jennifer a little bit at the event, because Teresa had told her that she hasn't been doing well. Dolores thinks that this whole lawsuit is what's causing Teresa to go down like this, and she thinks that it's killing her. She says that Jennifer yelling at her and everything does not help Teresa's stress or anxiety. And that's why she was trying to tell Jen, calm down, stop yelling at her. You don't need her to back you up. Not only that, cut the shit. This is this woman's event. She has things to do. She doesn't have time to sit back here and have you ruin her damn night. So Dolores then asked Jen Fessler if she talked to Rachel, and she said that she sent her a text message and tried to explain herself, letting her know that when she was talking to Teresa and Gia, she was absolutely not bad-mouthing John Fuda. She was absolutely defending him. She's very upset that Rachel keeps turning on her. And she said, from now on, I got the message. I will absolutely not stand up for your husband anytime somebody is bad-mouthing him. She said Rachel did not respond. The next thing she knows, she's being invited to the pajama party. She says that she texts Rachel back and tells her, unfortunately, she's not going to be able to make it. Then she says Rachel texts her back and says, I hope it's not because I didn't respond to your text message. Why would she come to your event? One, yes, because you didn't respond to her text message. And two, because you have disrespected her multiple times over this stupid John Fuda situation. And because you're always having tantrums. Dolores talks to her a little bit and tells her that Maybe you should just forgive her, come to the event. So she ends up texting her back and telling her that she wants to make up, she wants them to be friends, and she will be attending her adult slumber party. Dolores also tells her that she wants to put together some sort of girls' retreat, not a girls' vacation, but a girls' retreat, in the hopes that they can all get together and hash out their problems. However, when she tells the girls about this event, she doesn't tell them that she's inviting Teresa. She says that she's working on it or she's thinking about it. So in other words, she really hasn't invited Teresa. And to me, that's bullshit. If you are truly Teresa's friends and you are these girls' friends as well, and you really want everybody to work things out, you invite Teresa. Teresa meets up with Jen for lunch. She apologizes to her for what happened at the podcast and tells her that she's very sorry about the situation. She couldn't sit back there yelling and arguing with her because she did have her Q&A that she still had to do. Jen tells her how upset she was that she was trying to push her and Danielle to be friends. Teresa apologizes and tells her that she will not try to make them be friends anymore. And then she tells her that, she needs Teresa to be Team Jennifer. I think Jennifer should slow down on that just a little bit. Jennifer, you are still trying so hard to have this full relationship and friendship with Melissa. Let Teresa still have her friendship with Danielle. So Rachel went all out. She went all out for this adult slumber party. I mean, she had it catered. She had flowers. It looked absolutely beautiful at her house. She gave them monogram pajamas with the matching slippers. I thought it was really cute. I did notice when Jen Fessler showed up, Rachel and Marge were making the stupidest faces, as if they didn't know the woman was coming. It just doesn't make sense. Rachel is a child, and I can't stand it. So Jen pulls her to the side instantly when she gets there. They have a moment. They have a conversation. She lets her know that she really cares about her. She wants to be friends with her. She was not trying to upset her or hurt her anyway. She was just trying to make sure that they knew John's side of the situation. And they decide that they're going to make up. They're going to start over again. I said, okay, this is going to be the 37th time that you guys have made up and started this friendship over again. 1 or 2 episodes from now, they'll be arguing and fussing again about something stupid. Rachel invites some kind of lipstick reader. I said, oh shit, like the coffee cup reader. I'm so sick of these stupid things. They're just ridiculous. Somebody, I can't remember who, asked Jackie about her book. She's upset or sad a little bit that it's not a New York Times bestseller. And I said, I don't mean to be rude, but what in the hell made her think that it would be? I mean, seriously, Jackie, nobody's buying that book. Anyway, Danielle shows up with this cake that she made, and she purposely has all the ladies on the cake, and Jen is kind of falling off the cake. She tries to act like, oh, it was just must have been an accident when it was moving around in the car. But no, because if you looked at the cake and you saw how the lines were drawn on the cake, the line was perfect. So she's lying, and that's just childish as hell. If you wanted to act like that, why even make the cake? The fruit by the foot challenge was really cute. I thought it was funny. Of course, Jen ate and won. Melissa was a close second. Melissa might have actually won. I have no idea, but they made it seem as if Jen ate and won. Then she was talking about that prostate milking thing, and I'm Team Danielle. Like, how you do that? She says, is it a little tap, tap, tap? Are you pulling on something? I don't know anything about it. I don't think that, my friend, that's what I'm gonna call him, I don't think he would let me touch his prostate. I don't think I would try it either. I might be a prude. Anyway, let me just go and move on from here. So Dolores told the girls about her idea to have a retreat. At first they kind of looked like, oh God, I don't think so, ma'am. But then when she was pretty clear that Teresa most likely is probably not going to come, they seemed to be there for it, I don't know, you guys. I'm ready for this season to be over. I am sick of these ladies. The divide is just too much. The toxicity is over the top. I even seen the other day that Teresa posted something on her Instagram, and she says, I have been on the Real Housewives of New Jersey for the last 14 seasons, and during that time, I have seen and been a part of my fair share of the drama with my castmates. What is happening off camera on social media is absolutely disgusting and is fueled by toxic people who are not affiliated with the show or the cast and are only interested in promoting themselves by spreading their hate through false narratives and lies. It has affected all of us on the cast and our families. They are attacking our children, going after our businesses. They are turning something that is supposed to be entertainment into something very dark and toxic. This hate and toxicity has to stop. I'm asking everyone to stop engaging in the negativity towards my castmates and all of our families. Enough is enough. Love, 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 Teresa. Okay, so I stand by this message. I love this message. I agree with this message. However, I think that a lot of the toxicity starts with the cast members, which includes Teresa. I think that the cast has to start at home first. Start by checking the things that you are posting on social media, the things that you are sliding to bloggers online or through email, through text messages, through phone calls. They have to start with themselves first. Then they can come on the outside and tell bloggers like myself and other people, please stop doing this because, but they got to start at home first. You want to give love, 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 love. Give all that love at the house first. Then start in your friend group. Start on the circle on the show. I'm saying what's happening offline is fueled by what's happening on TV and what's happening when you guys are talking to the blogs. That is what's happening. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.